Hey, you know what? Good morning, everybody. Just another quick little video from a guy driving to work, doing a regular rant from his car. Hey, real quick, I want to say something about the whole talk on reparations. Obama was against it. He wasn't a fan of it, you know, which I try to figure out why so many black politicians. Is it due to the fact that they do not want to go against and make their white constituents feel bad? Because it's kind of like saying, hey, here's your paycheck to your ancestors that we didn't give them. And then, you know, you get, I guess, their white constituents are going, why do they get something and we don't? You know, it's another handout. You know, here's the thing. When people talk about reparations, and then when like people like Bernie Sanders talks about it and says we can put it in the other program. When you say programs, you're saying we want to make it where everybody reaps the benefits of basically what our ancestors went through. Let's give it to everyone. They didn't do that to the Japanese when they put them in internment camps. They didn't do that to the 11 when they paid back the families of the 11 Italian men that were killed in America. Like, they don't do that for every other group. But when it comes to people of color, saying anything about giving them something back for literally the PTSD you've given generations upon generations upon generations upon generations, it's let's talk about let's put it forth for other groups to reap the benefits of the blood, sweat, and tears that your ancestors and you and everybody else has made, and that we will never decide to. Basically, it's saying you're not equal enough to make that we want to give something to you guys. I was a big Bernie Sanders supporter, and I figured he would be like, yeah, something needs to be done. Because, hey, even though the Holocaust happened, they're still giving people got stuff back for that. So why is it such a big issue if black people talk about reparations? Now, we're not talking about, you know, they turn around. They didn't mention this to they just turned around and did it. You know, we're talking about a country that literally told our ancestors, hey, for fucking you up so badly, throwing your families away, destroying your lives for generations, and we know we're gonna fuck your you know, your cunt, I was gonna say that. We're gonna fuck up the rest of your fucking family for generations to come. We're gonna give you 40 acres and a mule. Basically 25 city blocks. 40 acres and a mule by the U.S. government, told to slaves. They put it out. And now it's supposed to be reparations, 40 acres and a mule. That's about 4 states, 4 to 5 states. But why is it so hard when it comes to people of color and not wanting to add everybody else into it? Civil rights helped white people more than it did black people. You know, but everybody seems to want to just say, hey, you know, we get something, you get something, we get something. We have to get it. So the longer they do that, the longer they let everybody know that we're not worthy, but then Democrats want our votes. Republicans don't give a shit. But when they sit back and they tell black people, you're not going to get shit because, hey, guess what? We need to give it to everybody. That's telling us we're not worthy of anything.
Welcome to Great Lakes.
What's good?
Thank you for your service. Have a good day.
Take it easy. You know, that's just saying they don't care. It's saying like, hey, you're not worthy of anything. So, quit categorizing everybody into that political nut job of saying, you know, we can figure out other ways. Bernie, your ass is fucking stupid for saying that shit. And the minute you said that, that was it for me. I would rather, if you even get to the primaries, the only reason I would even think about paying attention to what you say anymore is because of Nina Turner. And she needs to run instead of you. And somebody needs to she needs to be telling you that reparations is a reason. There's a reason for it. There's a reason it needs to be pushed. Because right now, African Americans, we don't get our fair share in this country. Black communities don't get their fair share. You see what happens to us every day. And to turn a blind eye to it and basically say that, you know, we can do other things, you lost a lot of support. You proved you proved to me and a few others that you don't really, you're just like the regular typical Democrat. You just want our vote to leave us to the side. That's not happening anymore. Obama got a free ticket. It ain't happening anymore. You know, it can't. So you might want to rethink that reparations, and you might want to rethink actually having an agenda for the black community. Something in writing. How about a real push that if a cop violates somebody's rights, they can't be a cop anymore. You know, really, some real change needs to happen. Not that dumbass Obama hope whatever bullshit. His dream wasn't for everyone. He turned his back on Michigan. You guys really got to think about the reparation thing all over again, because you're lying to people once you say, let's put it in other programs.